Archaeologists discover the stone table where the Ark of the Covenant rested. The stone slab was discovered inside a temple dating from the 12th century BC, a time when the Israelites and the Philistines were at war. Inside the temple, an unusual stone table was found reminiscent of the biblical big stone upon which the Ark of the Covenant was placed. Israeli archaeologists made an important finding in what appeared to be a 3,100-year-old temple located in the territory of the former settlement of Beth Shemesh near Jerusalem, Israel. The temple has been in excavation since 2012, but only recently the specialists discovered a particularly striking object inside, as it was made public recently. And inside the building, an unusual stone table was found reminiscent of the biblical big stone upon which the Ark of the Covenant was placed, also known as the Ark of the Covenant, which is traditionally believed to contain the tablets of the Ten Commandments received by Moses on Mount Sinai, plus a budding rod of Aaron, and plus a pot of manna. This is according to the Jerusalem Post. This would be a rare case in which we can merge the biblical narrative with an archaeological find, said Zvi Lederman, archaeologist at Tel Aviv University, who directs the excavation along with his colleague Professor Shlomo Bunimovitz. The 3,100-year-old temple where the Ark of the Covenant was placed. The structure of the temple, dating from the 12th century BC, is square in shape with walls 8.5 meters long. Bunimovitz noted that this particular building was isolated from residential areas and had stronger walls. In addition, it has the characteristics of a religious structure, a place for ceremonies, a deposit of wine or sacred oil, and signs of rituals, as well as a pile of animal bones. There's a lot of evidence that this was really a temple. When you look at the structure and its contents, it's very clear that this is not a standard domestic shape, but something special, Bunimovitz said. And according to archaeologists, everything indicates that in the mid-12th century BC, the building was destroyed, the ceramics inside were destroyed, and shortly afterwards, the possible temple was converted into an animal pen. Based on biblical chronology, the act could be attributed to the Philistines, whose closest settlement, Tel Batash, was only 7 kilometers from Beth Shemesh. During the 12th and 11th centuries BC, both people often clashed. And likewise, the excavations allowed to discover 4 different villages of those same centuries and built one on top of the other. This means that the place was conquered, abandoned, or destroyed, and then rebuilt several times in the space of 200 years, experts say. The Ark of the Covenant. In the midst of their work, the specialists discovered a possible clue about the importance that the building would cover, the huge stone slab that rested horizontally on 2 smaller rocks. In his view, the enigmatic table conforms to the time frame and the profile of the big stone on which, according to the first book of Samuel, the Ark of the Covenant was deposited after being recovered from the Philistines and taken to Beth Shemesh. Samuel 6:13-15 writes, "The inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, who were in the valley reaping the wheat, looked up and saw the ark were filled with joy. When the cart arrived at Joshua's field, that of Beth Shemesh, it stopped. There was a big stone there. Then those of Beth Shemesh made firewood with the wood of the cart and offered the cows in holocaust to the Lord. The Levites had already unloaded the ark and the box in which the gold objects were, placing them on the great stone. And that day the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh offered the Lord burnt offerings and other sacrifices." If the archaeologists' hypothesis were confirmed, that finding would be evidence that the Bible contains nuclei of historic truths about much older periods than most experts previously thought. This is from the Jerusalem Post, and it's on Infinity Explorers by Asher Vastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.